Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because earlier today we actually broke down below these previous lows, and after that immediately went down as low as about 89,000 in the Bitcoin price. And we found some short-term support around that 90,000 US dollar level as well. So in this video today, I'm going to take a look at this new situation because quite a lot has changed over the last 24 hours. Most importantly, on this Bitcoin liquidation heat map, you can see that we now have dipped into that big level of liquidity, taken out a bunch of long positions, and sometimes one of these big liquidation events can turn out to be the exact bottom or some kind of reversal signal. Although we should take a couple of things into consideration. For example, on this 4-hour time frame, this is just a downward sloping level of resistance, and we do have this downward sloping level of resistance as well. What you can gather from that is that we are simply, technically speaking, in a downtrend still, even with this quick liquidation wick and basically us bouncing just a little bit to the upside. Therefore, if we get that candle close above about 92K and we resume to the upside, expect there to be some resistance on this descending trend line, which as of the time of recording is sitting at about 94.1K. But of course, keep in mind that this does trend down over time. For example, in the next 4 hours, it will already be at about 93.9K. Now let's also take a look at some Fibonacci levels here. You can see that we are currently facing this 0.236 Fibonacci level at about 92.5K, which is a level of resistance. In the case that we break through it and break that descending trend line that I mentioned earlier, then we could be looking towards this 94.5K level as a potential area of resistance there. Next, let's take a look at this chart. In yesterday's video, we were trading right on top of this ascending line of support at the time, and I was saying so long as we hold above that, then basically Bitcoin is just trending up. Although, of course, if we lose it as a level of support, then we should see that as a warning signal and look for lower price action once again, especially if we lose this descending trend line. Since then, we did indeed lose that descending trend line as a level of support and saw close to a 6% move to the downside after that. So now I'm getting rid of this ascending trend line because it is no longer relevant. And let's take a look at this here, because this is a big level of support sitting from 93K all the way down to 91,000. In the case that we break below that 91,000 US dollar level, likely we are coming down into this big pocket of liquidity once again that I showed you earlier in this video, and also of course have been talking about for quite a bit here over the last couple of weeks. Regardless, if we then actually lose that level at 91K, potentially 90K, then I do think we should start looking towards this next level to the downside, which could already be at about 86,000 in the Bitcoin price. And notice how on this Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we do also have quite a bit of liquidity sitting at about 86.5K. Now let's zoom out to this 1 day time frame for Bitcoin and just take a look at this RSI momentum indicator, because what you may notice is that this is also in a downtrend, and so long as we are below that descending trend line, we should be expecting the bullish momentum for Bitcoin to be weakening, so either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bearish momentum on that 1 day time frame. And yes, I do still have that same opinion even a week later with a bunch of crazy price action that happened in between. So if you're looking for this higher time frame type of confirmation that we might get another move to the upside, personally, I would be looking at something like this, where we do end up breaking that descending line of resistance in the RSI, and then from there I would be looking for higher price action for Bitcoin once again on that 1 day time frame. But of course, that is not financial advice. I'm simply telling you what I'm seeing in the charts, and you can do with that information what you like. Either way, this has been today's market update. Before I close off today, I want to ask you guys a question, because someone asked me this in the Discord community earlier today. They were asking if I was going to do some kind of like merch or something. And look, I don't know. I don't know if you guys want this. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's funny, but like, I don't know if you guys want this. So let me know if you would be interested in some kind of like Road to 1 Million type of merch, because I can look into possibly doing that. My question would be, do you want like specific Road to 1 Million merch, or more so For example, something like this, where it is, some kind of like crypto related merch. I just made this earlier today. Don't take it too seriously, please. But I just thought I would make this so it's a bit more visual. So let me know if you'd be interested in something like that, and then I can look into possibly creating it. But regardless, if you do end up letting me know or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.